Leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist chat. Thousands of private messages reveal young GOP leaders joking about gas chambers, slavery, and rape. This culture of walking around on landmines and then applying it retroactively as though someone was supposed to know in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. It is a feminine viewpoint. Bombshell report, young Republicans, my word. What has happened is there was a group chat, a private group chat that was leaked that it showed us that sometimes young men, I don't know if there are women in this group chat, but young individuals might joke around and it might not be appropriate for mass consumption. And I will tell you, my main bone to pick is with the board. And that's all they put behind their statement. The board of young Republicans who condemned this and apologized and said it's not up to the standards. You're right. Stupid. It should be funnier. But the media is having a field day with something that absolutely shouldn't matter.
We are getting a window into how a new generation of Republican activists talk when they think no one's listening, and it's really ugly.
The outlet reports that at least one texter lost their job for this, and another had their job offer rescinded, and at least two of them apologized. High-profile state Republicans like Republican Representative Lee Stefanik have condemned the messages, and the young Republicans called the chains vile, disgraceful, and inexcusable.
Whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, whatever, this is unacceptable. Period. End of conversation. What should happen today is the president himself should say this is unacceptable. He should not repeat there were good people on both sides because there's nothing good about what was said.
So guys, I want you to remember this. Some private group texts where they made jokes about Indians smelling funny. Oh, where'd they get that? They want this is what they did, by the way, with Proud Boys. And I will say, this is what they did with January 6th. If they repeat it enough, you go, oh my gosh, that's right, January 6th. Oh my gosh, this is a white supremacist symbol. Oh my gosh, the Proud Boys. Right now saying the president can't say very fine people on both sides. They'll never tell you, by the way, that he condemned neo-Nazis and actual white supremacists. They're kind of folding it into their previous lie, trying to make you believe that kids joking around in a private group text are also white supremacists who should be condemned. Who, by the way, Donald Trump did condemn. I know it's really hard to follow. It's time for media malpractice. All right, this comes from Politico, and I'm going to try and read all this with a straight face. It's just so funny to me. They have to take this seriously.
I know.
This is the article, okay, titled, I Love Hitler.
I love you too.
I love Hitler. Leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist chat. Thousands of private messages reveal young GOP leaders joking about gas chambers, slavery, and rape. Nothing about that offends me at first glance, just to be clear. Nothing. Because you said the word joking.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, let me give you an idea as to what's in the article. After 7 months worth of private messages from young Republican groups in cities, it includes Kansas, Arizona, New York, Vermont. 7 months worth, they found some stuff that they thought was offensive when people were communicating privately. Let me preface this with three bad actors, three villains in this story. Okay, first the snitch, the media, and then definitely the capitulating young Republican leadership. It's kind of like when Pam Bondi said, well, hate speech has no place. You realize she's not a conservative like you. You're like, she's never thought of these things. For young Republican leadership to come out and say, I cannot believe this, and condemn it, it means you didn't get the memo.
Yep.
That's not what we do in 2025. You should be in zero position of leadership. I would feel better if someone in a position of leadership had made rape and Hitler jokes. I literally would feel better about it. That's not hyperbole. I'm more uncomfortable with someone virtue signaling to the left. Let me read to you from Politico some of the epithets included. Mixed into formal conversations about whipping votes, social media strategy, and logistics, the members of the chat slung around an array of slurs, which Politico is republishing to show how they spoke. Epithets like, and they dash it out, they don't dash out retarded for some reason. And N-GA. Don't make me say it. They said it. They said it. I don't want to repeat it. I don't even want to repeat it. These words appeared more than 251 times combined. That's not enough. In one instance,
Rookie numbers.
pump them up. In one instance, Walker, who at the time was a staffer for redacted, talked about how a mutual friend of some in the chat, quote, dated this very obese Indian woman for a period of time. And then Peter Gunta responded that the woman was, quote, not Indian. She just didn't bathe often.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, okay. So it's a joke. All right, it's a joke, but hold on a second. What if they made this statement that, Indians in general are less sanitary than the standards we uphold here in the West? Where could that come from? I'm just saying, where could the idea that Indians as a whole, not all, might be less sanitary or more smelly than people here in the Western world come from?
I know where it came from. Uber.
Why do we bring that in the kitchen?
Go fast.
I thought that needed to be in the center of the house.
First we do it here, then. Okay.
I just don't understand why there's cow manure in the kitchen, to be honest.
No.
Cow is considered God.
Yeah.
Why?
But it's
Because
poop on the kitchen table.
it has some antimicrobial
Rosie
properties.
O'Donnell is a god.
So this is why it is used to purify the things.
That's the correct response. That's the correct response, unless you're a scientist, in which the correct response would be human feces contains over 100 viruses, bacteria, and parasites like Hep A, rotaviruses, adenoviruses, and E. coli potential infection. So the correct response is unless you're a scientist and you go, did that guy just say cow shit has antimicrobial properties? It's the opposite of that.
And also, the cow is God.
Why?
Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So the excrement of God is to be worshipped.
It's literally called waste.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Think about this for a second. Take that, okay? Add cannibalism, and that's what you have in the Americas if Western white Europeans didn't come here and say, we're not doing that anymore. They'd still be burning cow shit. Look, they can do it. Fine. I don't respect it. I'm just telling you that. I don't respect it. I don't tolerate it. I said, no, that's an inferior culture. We can now confirm that cow is not a living deity and that it does not have antimicrobial properties. It has pro-microbial properties. By the way, I need to correct. It was actually, it was Samuel Douglas in the text group who said she just didn't bathe often. It was,
right.
Yeah, so you guys can admonish me later. Okay, I get it. And then they go on.
Get on the ship, Captain.
Just like before, when they try to say, and this, just like the president should not say very fine people. Okay, so we've done the comparison to white supremacists, even though he already condemned them. They build lie on top of lie. In this instance, they now compare this, because we've all established these people are Hitler, very similar to Charlie Kirk in the Politico article. It says, if your, they wrote, meaning they're reading these texts. So in the text said, if your pilot is a she and she looks 10 shades darker than someone from Sicily, just end it there. Scream the no-no word, Gunta wrote. And then this is the editorializing from Politico. Gunta's line on a darker-skinned pilot, for example, echoes one used by slain conservative activist Charlie Kirk last year when he said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Kirk was discussing how diversity hiring invites unwholesome thinking. They just couldn't help themselves. That's not what he was saying. He was saying what we all know. DEI makes you unsure of the qualifications for the hire. And you know that or DEI wouldn't exist. Before that, we had qualifications. Then we added one, DEI. And people go, well, what happened to the resume? Well, yeah, you still take the resume into account. You just take DEI into account more.
My pilot on the way up here, I'm not kidding you, I was taking off Savannah, he comes on the speaker. We're going to have a smooth ride. I got my co-captain with me. I was looking for a black elbow. I was looking through the door.
Is that like a different version of English?
Yeah, it's
called plane go down, boom.
Oh, we had that in Germany too.
Did he then say, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between miles and knots?
It's good. Hey, put a D on it. It's not a T. This fucking shit leaks into, excuse my language.
You know what? No one would have thought of this.
Meet the press.
Not for DEI and affirmative action. You'd go, oh, okay, a pilot. It would just be like another pilot. And I know, so when you had to do it because everyone was racist. No, it's pretty clear to us now that you, the left, are trying to keep this alive because no one believes that jokes make someone racist. We just don't buy it anymore. They also wrote at Politico that these people were Hitler lovers.
Jeez. In another exchange, Dwyer, the Kansas chair, informs Gunter that one of Michigan's young Republicans promised him the group, quote, will vote for the most right-wing person to lead the national organization. Great, I love Hitler, Gunter responded.
Jeez.
Please, I'm just the messenger. Then Dwyer reacted with a smiley face.
How desperate are they to be pulling this rot?
Even if there was an actual Hitler supporter in the chat, and it wasn't clearly said tongue-in-cheek, it wouldn't matter. It would be impossible to tell because according to the left, everyone, including yours truly, everyone in this room, and Charlie Kirk, are in fact already Nazis.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Republicans who have given in fully to the fascist elements of their base are gaming to take the House, the Senate, and as many states as they can in order to nuke democracy.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
The words that Donald Trump used today, enemy from within, I mean, that's Hitler-esque. That is right out of Nazi Germany.
Are Republican members of Congress going not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over
Who's the black
this
linebacker?
country as a fascist dictator?
Yes, Donald Trump is a textbook fascist.
For the first time in our nation's history, the Republican Party won that race and got the first fascist dictator who could possibly take office.
Donald Trump is also very old and
Take off your shirt.
a racist and a neo-Nazi.
They understand that we have a Timu Hitler in the White House right now.
Donald Trump is a fascist.
The man who said neo-Nazis in Charlottesville were fine people.
People.
I'm glad he was able to pronounce neo-Nazi, though.
That's
so
true.
he's making progress.
Yes, he
Baby
is.
steps.
Not bad for a...
Those in the left, do you get it? You've thrown around the word Hitler so much, it's lost all meaning.
And I don't see why everybody has such a problem with us. So many problems.
Yeah.
We're not all bad.
No.
We have other good qualities. Like, for instance, we're very punctual.
I think your phone. Yeah. Yeah.
It's going off.
Your phone's going off.
Is it?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that Larry David is such a funny Juden.
All right, okay.
it's a gift. But there's other things.
Right.
You know, we're punctual. We have cool clothes.
That's true. Yeah.
We're well groomed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we even can sing very well.
Really?
Yes, we have a song that we like to sing. It goes, Old MacDonstein had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he hid some Jews.
Okay,
E-I-
yeah, that's all right.
Oh, you don't like that? You don't like that one?
No, I just don't know where it's going, so I want to cut it off right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Careful here.
And then, of course, what do? They tie it back to Trump, the man who praised neo-Nazis. By the way, this is... The one thing you know about Donald Trump is that he's not racist because you have a very, very long track record, right? He was friends with Don King. You look at the circles he ran in with in boxing. Arsenio Hall won Celebrity Apprentice. So at Politico, though, they still try and tie it to him because neo-Nazis, actual Nazis, equal Donald Trump. Donald Trump equals Charlie Kirk and young Republicans. They wrote this. They wrote, Art Gibson, a professor at the University of Dayton who specializes in white racial extremism.
Oh,
I've already checked out.
Yeah.
I've already checked out, Politico. I don't care.
Surmised the young Republicans in the chat were influenced by Trump's language, which he said is often hyperbolic and emotionally charged.
Yeah, that'll be the first president.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be the first president who is emotionally charged.
Trump's persistent use of hostile, often inflammatory language that normalizes aggressive discourse in conservative circles can be incredibly influential on young operatives who are still trying to figure out what is that political discourse, Gibson said.
No, young men, in this case it's mostly young men, like joking around. they bust your chops. That's what they do. You can go back and look at any. Was Richard Pryor influenced by Donald Trump? Robert Klein, George Carlin. Go back through look at any era of comedy. Look at any era of what we found funny. It always included smart assery. It's that the left tried to suppress the masculine trait of being flippant, of constantly throwing out verbal jabs with your friend, of one-upsmanship, which is kind of a rite of passage. They tried to say that should be shameful while you transition your children, that you should feel guilty about that, and it's the 21st century. We know a better way. Only it didn't work. People now know that you've used it as a political weapon, and they don't care. So, of course, we should blame in this fiasco Politico, first off, right? These people, by the way, who were happy to post leaked group chats that were private, but they never mentioned the Nashville Manifesto, actual journalism. They never mentioned the Jay Varma COVID scandal. They never mentioned the Charlie Kirk bullet engravings. So it seems like they're very selective with what they think passes the threshold for journalistic integrity. Also, of course, the leaker should be at fault here. What we're hearing right now is that this was a Trump administration staffer and potentially a conservative activist, a guy named Gavin Wax. They're blaming him, allegedly, calling it, quote, a highly coordinated year-long character assassination led by Gavin Wax and the New York City Young Republican Club, an allusion to a once obscured internecine war that has now spilled into the open. These logs were sourced by way of extortion and provided to Politico by the very same people conspiring against me. Some people also said that Wax threatened to release the logs, to be clear. And you know who knows a little bit about extortion? Yeah. So you have people on your own side who do it if they think they can take your spot. So that leaker, that guy is a piece of crap. Politico, obviously, is a completely illegitimate outlet. But most important, I will say this. The people I have the biggest problem with is the Young Republicans Board of Directors. I believe this is the National Board of Directors responded on X. Bring this up.
There are a number of them that did, yeah.
They wrote, "We are appalled by the vile and inexcusable language." I'll say it's excusable. How about that? You guys comment below. America, are jokes between guys excusable? Is it a character indictment for a young man to say that Indians tend to bathe less? Can we say they poop in the streets? Millions of them? Is that okay? And then can you turn that into a joke? No, I'll say it's completely excusable. It is not vile. You may not like it, but to act like this matters in any capacity. Young Republicans, what are you doing? We'd love to reach out to you for statement, have you on the show, because I think you are what is wrong with the Republican Party, the conservative movement, and I think you need to go away. But I'll finish. I'll do you the courtesy of finishing this statement. Appalled by the vile and inexcusable language revealed in the Politico article published today, such behavior is disgraceful, unbecoming. It's becoming. That's my opinion. It's totally becoming, if I may.
Absolutely.
Of any Republican and stands in direct opposition to the values our movement represents. Let me ask you this. How do jokes between friends stand in direct opposition? You mean do you value not being funny? Do you value being a buzzkill at parties? Those involved must immediately resign from all positions within their state and local Young Republican organizations. I say the opposite of that. I say they should replace you. We must hold ourselves to the highest standards of integrity, respect, and professionalism. Yeah, well, how about this? You go and you do that. We'll keep winning the country.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'd replace him with Paula Deen.
There you go. Yeah. Paula Deen and resurrect Dog the Bounty Hunter. Just make it an all-out assault on the census.
Absolutely. I think they don't understand the game that's being played right now. This was a caricature joke of what the left views the right as being when they were referencing Hitler. And yet Politico runs with it as like, aha, see, we told you. And by the way, we don't know exactly who leaked these yet. That was an allegation made that it was Wax.
That's what I said.
Allegedly. But if that comes out to be true, What are we doing, guys? Under what pressure could that possibly be something that you should do to release group chats? Like, we joke around about stuff all the time.
I'll take it a step further. Even if they weren't joking, I don't have a problem.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Neither do I.
I'm just saying.
I don't. In the context of what some of these, these people running for attorney general have said.
Right. Yeah, exactly
Jay
right.
Joneses of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think some things should not be joked about.
Really? Like what should not be joked? Do you have any examples?
The Third Reich.
Right. Okay.
The special books I like.
Right.
My mustache.
Right. Okay. All right.
You're growing it out.
That seems like you have a vested interest in that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Okay. All right. That's fine. What were you saying there, Gerald?
No, listen. I'm saying that I think a lot of these were jokes. I get even if they weren't. But you have to understand the context that some of these are said in, because it just shows you even more the dishonesty of Politico in reporting it the way they did.
It's a problem of feminism, guys. Let's call it what it is, okay? Before the year, I don't know, 2008, people used to bitch about political correctness, sure. But this culture of walking around on landmines and then applying it retroactively as though someone was supposed to know in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, it is a feminine viewpoint that you shouldn't hurt feelings. You gossip behind their back and ruin their social circle, right? Men have never been this way. Men almost immediately hurt the feelings of their best male friends. That's what we do. And you become desensitized. Your soul develops a callus, but in a good way, where you and your friends can joke with each other. That's how you know you're close. Some of the darkest, most inappropriate jokes I've ever heard in my life were in moments of sorrow and pain between my best friends, and they were jokes that would offend no one but themselves. Okay? This is the byproduct of feminism. Men don't interact like women. It's okay to interact this way. No joke is off limits, and I'm never again going to act as though, well, I don't know if he really meant that. It's a non-issue. I won't go down that path. And yes, there's a lot of extortion and blackmail on our side of the aisle where people want to jockey for position, and then they'll play that. Well, that's too far. No, I'm sorry, it's not too far. If you don't like it, shut up. Don't watch it. You don't need to start a march. And I will tell you this, we reached out to the Young Republicans and the chairperson for comment, Hayden Paget. Starting to make sense? If it's not, let me post this. Paget posted this video calling Republicans to acknowledge Black lives after George Floyd. On the board for Young Republicans.
The past weeks have been hard for all of us. The murder of George Floyd tore open a vein of outrage that had only just begun to heal. Hundreds of thousands, even millions, have marched in protest demanding justice, an end to police brutality, and real evidence that Black lives matter. Faggot! Why do we keep seeing black men killed? Why are so many black men in prison? Why is it so hard for black people to get a good job and a good education? These are serious questions that we have failed to seriously examine, which is why Black Lives Matter is such a potent phrase. It is both a declaration and a desperate question. Republicans, myself included, have hesitated to say the phrase, and with good reason. Black Lives Matter is both the name and the rallying cry of an extreme progressive organization that advocates policies we know will harm Americans. It has also been used as a political club by Democrats who attack Republicans. Republicans fear the phrase, but we should not. Our party was founded to end the spread of slavery in America. Our party fought a war to end slavery. Our party fought a political war.
Careful, that might be leaked.
Black people and white people
That
are
wasn't me
equal
who said
before
that.
the law. Black lives matter. And Republicans have been saying it for 166 years.
I'll comb your hair and shut
And
up.
by the way, I know what some of you are saying, like, well, hold on, Stephen. You made me think that the clip was going to be of a woman, Hayden Paget. Correct.
Bingo.
I'll prove it because Gerald goes, did you see this clip? Yes. No, maybe I played it too straight. He also has in his biography talking about he lives with his 2 rescue dogs. I was like, is there anything more virtue signaling? Oh, right. Rescue dogs. Just say you have dogs. Shut up.
Every dog is a rescue dog.
That's true.
They belong in hell.
Wow.
Bill Burr has a great bit about that.
You got a free dog, right?
You pull out of a burning fire.
You go to a burning building with no regard for your own life. You get a free dog. Go down, throw a few bucks, get a free dog. Yeah, like this guy, should be nowhere near any position of leadership. None. It's just like Pam Bondi. This is someone who likely has been groomed. And I don't mean that in the sense that I mean groomed for this position where it's, hey, polish and Botox and Zoom whitening and make sure you say all the right things. Yeah. We're past that era.
Yes, thank you.
We're past that era. The video would have been better off just some guy flipping up the phone going, I don't give a rat's ass. Click. I would respect it more.
Yeah, just pull it up and then put it down. Listen, we're done with that. That is the old conservative party. Right. We're not doing that anymore.
What were you going to say there, Nick?
I was going to say, I was done with it my third year in comedy.
Yeah.
Before it even started.
Well,
that's why I'm broke.
But I'm always amazed that these people are still around.
Even the head of the board of the Young Republicans, his apology letter, whatever you want to call it, it sounds antiquated already.
Right.
Since Trump came on, it already sounds antiquated in something from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? The language he used?
I completely agree. Yeah, and it was echoed by other Young Republican chapters that include, I guess, 50-year-olds.
So that's why they've been getting beat up by the left for 60 years.
Right. Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Minnesota, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Wisconsin. How can your organization be spineless in so many states? In so many states. How can, from Illinois to Louisiana, how can from Maryland to North Carolina to Virginia to, how can you all be pussies? How does that happen? And how are you so disconnected from those who live here in the United States and elect presidents? Here's the right response. Texas Young Republicans wrote, we are appalled by these vile and hateful text messages. Jay Jones must drop out of the AG race immediately. The left has gotten too comfortable calling for violence against conservatives. Enough is enough. And let me give you an even better response. And I haven't always been his biggest fan on some issues, but he's been really knocking it out of the park. J.D. Vance, Vice President of the United States, some would say outranks Young Republican board member.
Would say.
He said, and he was referencing the text from Jay Jones. He said, this is far worse than anything said in a college group chat. And the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for violence. Exactly right.
That's why he's my boy.
Yep.
I am, Trump's 80, and I am counting on him being there next. Or Rubio.
And I will say, like, I don't love all the Hitler talk all the time. And by the way, Tim, can we check and see if Sam from HR is okay? It might be a rough day for him.
Yeah, I got a camera out there.
Hi, Mom. Manishma. What? The cat did what?
Method actor.
It's a well-produced song.
It is. It's catchy.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Who was that, Juden?
He runs HR here.
Juden?
But he's...
Hungarian resources?
Right, no, yeah, I can understand why you would think that. Yeah, human resources.
Oh.
Yeah, human resources. It's a new thing. I don't think you would.
Things a little different here.
I don't think you would have fared so well with human resources. Yeah. What do you think is the biggest misconception, Happy Hitler, about you?
It's the biggest misconception about me?
Yeah, and just to be clear, I'm anti-you, right? Just to be clear to me, anti-you. It's just that I wasn't going to refuse a guest.
Well, where do I get started?
Right.
Well, people think that I'm all bad.
Right.
But again, I'm Happy Hitler.
Right.
But I think that people... What is so bad about that?
No, it's just, there's nothing bad about it. I'm just glad
so
that
many things make me happy.
Yeah, we just changed the name.
I like lots of... a beer.
Right.
A waffle.
Right. Yeah, of course I know you like waffles.
I love waffles.
Right.
They make these things called Eggo.
Right, yeah.
They're not very good.
No, they're not great.
But I went to the Waffle House, and they all thought I would hate them there.
Right.
But I don't hate the black people.
Oh, we were now not talking about waffles. Yeah, no, you don't.
No, they all think I hate them.
Right.
I just... I have preferences.
Okay, all right.
Looks like a German Super Mario.
It's a me, Adolf.
Jews. Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble. We can still speak freely and even use words like and Whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. Snuck in.